American Gods is back. This is a good show. It's one of my favorite series right now to watch. There's a few of them. There's like maybe 4 or 5 that I think that are super hot that I've watched over the last year or two, and this definitely is one of them. This is the 3rd season, first episode. I think that they are coming to a conclusion. I think that this will probably be the last season because if you've read the books, then what they're doing now is the build-up to the final war. Unless they're going to do the build-up to the final war and then in another season they're going to have the war or something like that. But this is the coming to the conclusion, you know? It would be like Hansel and Gretel, and you're watching a movie and they just broke free of their bonds and the witch is looking in the oven and they're walking towards you like this. You know that's the end. They're going to kill the witch and then they're going to run away and go home. That's what watching this is like. I'm like, oh, okay, right. They're breaking loose and now they're going to push the witch in the oven. There's not a lot left in the story after that. But then again, if you think about like True Blood didn't follow the books. True Blood got to a point where Lafayette was supposed to be killed in the car and they switched it with a different person and they kept him. The actor was great, so they kept him in the story and the story changed. I think that's what's happening here. It could be what's happening here because some of the aspects of the story mimic the book. And I'm like, okay, well, it's coming to a conclusion. But then some of the aspects of that story did not mimic the book. And I'm like, oh, wait, they could make this longer. I don't know. But either way, it was good. We come back to Shadow Moon. Shadow Moon is back. His hair is different. He's got hair. It's hanging all dripping down the front of his face. Looks like an out of work actor. A big out of work actor. That dude's big. But he's in a town where he's driving a forklift or some kind of mechanical device. I can't remember right now. And they call him in the office and say, we're going to give you a raise, man. And we're going to send you someplace else. And you're going to have a great job. And he's like, okay, all right, I'll take that. But it turns out that to go where they need him to go, his Shadow Moon persona that took on a persona of Mike Ainsley is going to have a FBI background check. So they're going to find out who he is. So he's like, oh, yeah, I'll take the job. But in his mind, he's like, I got to get out of here because the FBI is involved. They're going to find out who I am because the FBI is looking for Shadow Moon. He's been pretending to be Mike Ainsley with, Odin made the brand new ID and the brand new persona for him. So he tries to leave, but, Odin shows up again. He's like, hey, man, Mr. Wednesday, hey, man, I need you to come with me. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that no more. You got me in all kinds of trouble. Cops trying to get me and stuff. He's like, nah, trust me, it'll be okay this time, man. It'll be okay. Hey, take this key, wait at this house. I'll come get you later. And he's like, nope. But then, it's Odin. It's Mr. Wednesday. He makes things happen so that you have to do what he wants. Shadow tries to leave, can't leave. Shadow tries to run away, can't run away. Shadow tries to catch a bus. All of the buses are canceled except for one going to the place where he wants to go, or he didn't want to go. So he's like, all right, I'll take a ticket there because he's got to get out of town. He can't stay there. They'll find him. So he takes that one bus ticket, sticks his hand in his pocket for the money, and there's that key that he didn't want. So now he's got to start a life in this place. He didn't want to go because Wednesday told him to, and he didn't want to listen, but he's got to do it. So Wednesday made things horrible for him in one place. It's like he set his house on fire. But then he said, hey, I got an apartment over here, man. So you're mad because your house is on fire, but you got to take that apartment. You don't have no choice. So he made things bad here, but he gave him an option over there, so he had to take it. I think from the previews and from the book, and from the way they're going, there's going to be a lot of action. For some reason, Technical Boy is back. I mean, they killed him. They killed the crap out of him, and they brought Technical Girl. You know, she showed up, and she was apparently more powerful than he was. And she's like social media. Maybe she was social media. Maybe that was her name. But she was like social media, and Technical Boy was gone. She was taking his place, but they haven't mentioned her. And Technical Boy just kind of walked into the office and was like, hey, man, you know, you did me wrong. So did he die and come back? Or can you not kill one of these guys? Or was it punishment? They said he was dead. I wonder about that. Mr. World, the actor that plays Mr. World, was not in this episode. In fact, from the back, you know, they do a silhouette of what he looked like. And it's a person, but they never show his face, so I'm assuming it's not the actor. And he takes his hat off and he puts it down, and he's looking at shoes, and he picks a pair of women's shoes, picks them up, puts them on, and now he's an African-American woman, because according to the movie, they have more, African-American women have more pull than Caucasian older men. I think they're talking politics, because in the current political climate that we're in, that would be true. So I assume that's what they're doing in the show, because now he's a African-American woman, and instead of being Mr. World, he's Mrs. World. I mean, he's God. I guess he can look like whatever he wants to look like. But he pulls a Al Capone move directly out of the movie The Untouchables. He pulls a Robert De Niro Al Capone move, and he baseball bats somebody from behind, or she baseball bats somebody from behind. And I don't mean, you know, just a smack. She's like, whack, 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 whack. She gave him the business. And I was like, wow, she meant that. And was that guy a god? Because they don't really explain. I guess he was a god, because they're having a meeting, so he must have been one of the other gods. And Mrs. World bludgeoned him, and I was like, wow, and blood splattered all over everybody, and Technical Boy is sitting there, the blood hits him in the face, and he's like, all right. It seemed like just another Wednesday to him. Wednesday. So I think that some of the actors were released, and some of the actors that may have been released previously, the characters were killed, were brought back. I think it's an actor thing, because it's not really what happened in the book, you know, certain people coming back and dying or whatever. So I'm thinking, like, you know, Mr. Nancy, who was incredible. I think it's like that. You know, some people are being released, some people are coming back, yada, yada, yada. It's an actor thing, and they're making the script follow that. Because again, Technical Boy was dead. They killed him. The dude was mad at him and killed him. So I'm wondering how that's going to go this season. Are we going to see new actors? I'd like to see, you know, Orlando Jones back. I'd like to see him back. He was good. Anyway, because, you know, Mr. Nancy didn't die in the book at all. So, are they going to just not revisit his character? I don't know. Let's find out. But this show is good. I was expecting it to fall off a little bit, but the story still seems good. I'm hoping that it stays good. I'm hoping that it is as good as the first and second season. But I have fears that it will not be. But I guess we're going to find out together. Man, I would give third season, first episode of American Gods 7 bags of popcorn. Man, 7 bags of popcorn. It's only the first episode. It didn't start out as powerful as the other 2 seasons, but we'll see. It's got an opportunity to build up a lot. There's a lot of things happening, a lot of moving parts. Let's hope so. But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? If you like the video, if you like the content, please subscribe. And then like.
Popcorn passport. Get your popcorn passport.